Hello, and welcome to the 30th episode of LGBTQIA+, Heroes, Icons, Legends, and Events. This series of programs covers a wide variety of topics, such as the National LGBTQ Wall of Honor, astronaut Sally Ride, and entertainer Freddie Mercury. Most people in our society are either male or female, and some societies recognize only these two genders. But there are many people who do not identify with what is called, quote, gender binary. Non-binary people are often misjudged and misunderstood. Although they are still struggling for acceptance and recognition in many countries, they are finding greater understanding in recent years. Non-binary People's Day is celebrated yearly on July 14th, which is the midpoint between International Women's Day, which is celebrated globally on March 8th, and International Men's Day, which is observed on November 19th. Non-binary People's Day was first observed on July 14, 2012, and was officially recognized in 2015. In 2023, Non-binary People's Day will be internationally observed on Friday, July 14th. The gender term non-binary refers to a gender identity that does not fit into the two categories of male and female. This includes identities such as agender, bigender, gender fluid, and genderqueer. Non-binary people can also identify as masculine, feminine, androgynous, or any combination thereof, or even as none of the above. Non-binary is an umbrella term that includes any variety of expressions, experiences, and identities. Non-binary people choose the pronouns that best suit them, whether they are he, him, she, her, they, them, or a combination of these pronouns. Non-binary People's Day was established to give non-binary people an opportunity to express themselves and to be seen and heard, and for allies and advocates to show their support. It was also created to respond to the lack of awareness and recognition of the non-binary community. It's a day to challenge traditional gender roles and to celebrate those who don't fit into those roles. Many famous people identify as non-binary, and they act as trailblazers and role models. Let's meet a few of these celebrities and learn about their journeys in their own words. American singer, songwriter, and actress Miley Cyrus made her debut on the hit TV show Hannah Montana when she was 13 years old. She came out in 2015 at age 22 as pansexual and gender neutral. She now identifies as gender fluid, genderless, and gender neutral. In a 2015 interview with Time magazine, she said, quote, "I'm just equal. I'm just even. It has nothing to do with any parts of me or how I dress or how I look. It's literally just how I feel. People try to make everyone something. You can just be whatever you want to be." Cara Delevingne is a British actor and model. She identifies as gender fluid, pansexual, and bisexual. In an interview with Billboard magazine in 2018, she said, quote, "When I first realized that gender is so much more fluid than masculine or feminine, it was a breakthrough moment for me." In 2020, she told Variety magazine that, quote, "I feel different all the time. Some days I feel more womanly. Some days I feel more like a man. I always will remain, I think, pansexual. However one defines themselves, whether it's they or he or she, I fall in love with the person, and that's that. I'm attracted to the person." British actor, writer, and comedian Eddie Izzard identifies as a trans woman and is gender fluid. She prefers her pronouns to be she and her, and she wants to be called Susie Eddie Izzard, a name she has wanted her entire life. In a 2023 Instagram post, she said, quote, "As people may now well know, I have added the name Susie to my names. So going forward, I am preferring Susie, but I don't mind Eddie. And I prefer she, her, but I don't mind he, him. So no one can really get it wrong unless they call me Kenneth or Sabrina. I am remaining Eddie Izzard in public." Demi Lovato is a non-binary, pansexual, and gender-fluid American singer and actor. In 2020, she told Entertainment Weekly, quote, "Regardless if drama is happening or not, I am too gay to marry a man right now. I don't know if that will change in 10 years, and I don't know if that'll never change, but I love accepting myself. I've always known I was hella queer, but I have fully embraced it. In 2021, she also adopted they, them as her pronouns. In a Spout podcast in 2022, she said, quote, "Recently I've been feeling more feminine, and so I've adopted she, her again. But I think what's important is nobody's perfect. Everyone messes up pronouns at some point, especially when people are learning." American singer-songwriter, music producer, and actor Janelle Monáe identifies as non-binary and pansexual with she, her, and they, them pronouns. In a 2022 interview in the Los Angeles Times, she said, quote, "I'm non-binary, so I just don't see myself as a woman solely. I feel like God is so much bigger than the he or the she. And if I am from God, I am everything. But I just see everything that I am beyond the binary. When I see people, I see your energy first. I don't see how you identify. And I feel like that opens you up to fall in love with any beautiful spirit." Richard O'Brien is a British writer, music composer, and actor famous for creating the 1975 film The Rocky Horror Picture Show, in which he played the character of Riff Raff. The play that the film was based on, The Rocky Horror Show, debuted in London in 1973. At 81 years old, after 3 marriages, he now identifies as transgender and genderqueer, but mostly as what he described in a 2009 interview with the Pink News as, quote, "of a third gender." In a 2023 interview with The Hollywood Reporter, he said that he used his experiences as a cross-dresser and his struggles with his own gender identity as the inspiration for the character of Dr. Frank Infurter. He said, quote, "It actually comes from me. I used to beat myself up about the hand I was dealt. I don't know how it works. In a binary world, it's a bit of curse, really. Especially in those days when homosexuality was a crime. It's just one of those things that Western society wasn't very keen on. What I've always wanted to be was whole, centrally whole and complete. But I have so much girl in me it doesn't make any sense. I think it would have made more sense had I been born a girl." Canadian actor and producer Elliot Page identifies as transgender, non-binary, and queer. He came out as gay in 2014, and then in 2020 announced that he is trans. In a 2020 Instagram post, he said, quote, "Hi friends, I want to share with you that I am trans, my pronouns are he, they, and my name is Elliot. I feel lucky to be writing this, to be here, to have arrived at this place in my life. I feel overwhelming gratitude for the incredible people who have supported me along this journey. I can't begin to express how remarkable it feels to finally love who I am enough to pursue my authentic self." Prince, the late great singer, songwriter, musician, and actor, was heterosexual, but his music and stage presence celebrated gender fluidity and androgyny. Known for his flamboyant stage costumes and makeup, Prince defied definition. In one of his most famous songs, "I Would Die For You," he sings, quote, "I'm not a woman, I'm not a man, I am something that you'll never understand." Mexican-American actor and singer Sada Ramirez is best known for the musical Spamalot on Broadway and their much-loved character of Dr. Callie Torres on the television show Grey's Anatomy. They came out as bisexual in 2016 after the Pulse nightclub shooting in Orlando, Florida. They told People magazine, quote, "Coming out publicly was something that I was afraid of because I was concerned that it would affect my career in a negative way. I was afraid of the discrimination I might face, not just outside Hollywood, but inside. As I continued to read and hear about the countless forms of violence perpetrated against us, including the Orlando shooting at Pulse nightclub, an organic, incremental urgency to use my platform to empower those who are part of these communities that I'm a part of came over me in a way that I've never felt before." In 2020, they came out as non-binary, saying in an Instagram post, quote, "In me is the capacity to be girlish boy, boyish girl, boyish boy, girlish girl, all, neither." Sam Smith is a British singer-songwriter who identifies as non-binary and genderqueer. They said in a 2019 television interview, quote, I've always had a little bit of a war going within my body and my mind. I do think like a woman sometimes in my head. Sometimes I've questioned, do I want a sex change? And it's something I still think about, like, do I want to? But I don't think it is. When I saw the words non-binary and genderqueer and I read into it, I was like, that's me. In a 2019 Instagram post, they elaborated, quote, "Today is a good day, so here goes. I've decided I am changing my pronouns to they, them after a lifetime of being at war with my gender. I've decided to embrace myself for who I am, inside and out. I'm so excited and privileged to be surrounded by people that support me in this decision, but I've been very nervous about announcing this because I care too much about what people think. I understand there will be many mistakes and misgendering, but all I ask is that you please try. I hope you can see me like I see myself now." To know more about non-binary and LGBTQIA+ topics, go to our website, gwinnettpl.org, to check out the following suggested items. Gender Heroes, 25 amazing transgender, non-binary, and genderqueer trailblazers from past and present. In Transit, Being Non-Binary in a World of Dichotomies by Diana E. Anderson. Seeing Gender, An Illustrated Guide to Identity and Expression by Iris Gottlieb. They, Them, Their, A Guide to Non-Binary and Genderqueer Identities by Eris Young. What's the T? The Guide to All Things Trans and or Non-Binary by Juno Dawson. What's Your Pronoun? Beyond He and She by Dennis Barron. Also, visit our website's digital resources to discover Canopy, our streaming service. Canopy has a wide selection of films and documentaries about LGBTQIA+ topics. Thank you for watching.